I hope you're not scared of clowns, because this one is creepy as hell. There was a traveling circus that set up in the village square. It wasn't your typical circus. The villagers had never seen anything like it. The circus came in the middle of the night and set up without anyone's permission. There were no lights, just shadows and darkness. And then there was the smell of decay and death. As the morning mist cleared, the villagers began to see the horrors that had appeared in the night. There were tents made out of human skin, stretched over wooden frames. And then there were the clowns. They weren't painted clowns, just normal everyday people dressed as clowns. They had no noses or big shoes. They were just creepy. And their eyes, they didn't blink. They just stared. One of the braver villagers approached one of the tents and looked inside. There were all sorts of instruments in there, surgical instruments. Then he saw him, a man in a wheelchair with a monkey holding a bloody meat cleaver. The man smiled at him and motioned for him to come closer. As he got closer, the man whispered, "Do you want to see a magic trick?" He nodded, and the man in the wheelchair cut off his head. The villagers screamed and ran. They ran from the square, from the town, away from the horror that had descended upon them. But it was too late. The clowns were everywhere. They were in the trees. They were in the houses. They were everywhere. And they all had the same smile, the same vacant stare. The screams in the village continued long into the night. The sound of machetes and blood-curdling screams. No one knows what happened to the villagers. Some say the clowns took pity on them and let them go after the night was over. Others say the clowns killed them all and wore their skin. The truth is no one knows. The only thing that remains is the smell of decay and death. And if you visit the village square today, you can still see the tents, the surgical instruments, and the wheel. And if you look closely, you can see the shadows of the clowns dancing in the moonlight. That's 1 minute. See you next time!